إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Alhamdulillah, we are in the meat and potatoes of Al-Ajrumiyyah. One of the shiuch was saying that if you miss the first 3 lessons, you might as well not take the rest of the lessons. Okay? I say with regards to Al-Ajrumiyyah, if you don't catch the first 3 chapters, you don't have the Ajrumiyyah. Period. Babul Kalam, Babul I'rab, wa Alamatul I'rab. That is basically, in a nutshell, you can work with Nahwu at that point. Okay? So we are in the, and you can't do the chapter, Alamatul I'rab, without doing the first 2 chapters and understanding them fully. If you spend a good half year trying to understand Babul Kalam and Babul I'rab, that's cool. But don't go past those 2 chapters till you fully understand them. Because this 3rd chapter is built on the first 2 chapters. Okay? It's fully built on the first 2 chapters. And the next chapters are built on the first 3. So this chapter is broken down into, I think, 4 points, if I remember properly. It's 4 parts this chapter is broken down. We're going to get into it right now. This one's called the chapter of Alamatu I'rab. Alamatu I'rab. Al-I'rab. And this is called the signs and symbols of I'rab. As we move along, we're going to go more and more into the Arabic terminologies, and we're going to leave off some English because some of this you can't say in English. Okay? Some of these things cannot be expressed in the English vernacular, so you're going to have to step it up. You're really going to have to step it up and pay attention. The chapter starts off, ضم واو ألف ونون علامات رفع بها تكون. That's the first line. It's a beautiful line. I love it. It says ضم. Everybody say with me. ضم واو ألف ونون علامات رفع عفوا علامات رفع. Say رفع بها تكون. It's a beautiful rhyme. ضم واو ألف ونون علامات رفع بها تكون. So he's telling you from the jump street, the signs of, and this is the fasl. Okay, these are all the signs of i'rab. But the first chapter section of i'rab is raf'i. This is called raf'i. Say it again. Raf'i. That's the first section that we're dealing with. Okay. Sometimes I'm going too fast for myself. Raf'i. Okay, that's what we're dealing with now. So in dealing with raf'i, we start off by saying dhammun wawun alifun wa nun. This is the things. Dhamman is ma'ruf. This is a dhamma. Wow. This is a wow. Alifun. That's an alif. And this is noon. Noon. Dhammun wawun alifun wa nun. You have to know these signs and symbols very well. If you do not know them, you are going to get eaten up by i'rab. So just pay a little bit of attention. One of the ways you can remember this, we used to say this word, diwan, diwan. Say that. Diwan. Diwan. So the word diwan here represents, the dad represents what? Dhamma. The wow represents what? Wow. The alif, and the noon. If you can remember the word diwan, diwan are the signs and symbols for what? The signs and symbols for raf'i. What is raf'i again? Raf'i is one of the names of the cases of i'rab. We're going to have to get into that as we go through the signs, okay? It's the cases of i'rab. When something is in the case or the situation, fi mahal of raf'i, it has one of these things in the back. It either has the dhamma, wawun, alifun, or noon. That's what it is. So memorize dhammun, wawun, alifun, wa noon, alamatu raf'i biha takun farfa' bidammin. Farfa' bidammin. Farfa' make it. Farfa' bidammin. Bidammin mufradal asma'i. Asma'i kaja'a zaydun sahibul ala'i, right? Okay, so it goes here. My writing is pretty sloppy. Okay. فارفع بضم مفرد الأسماء كجاء زيد صاحب العلاء. It says like this. فارفع بضم. What does it mean, farfa'? Farfa' here means fa is so. Since these are the signs of raf'i, and this is raf'i right here, then make them raf'i. So make them raf'i. This is an order. With the dhamma. When? So there are going to be times where you use dhamma and only dhamma as a sign for i'rab, for raf'i. When do you do it? The first one is farfa' bidammin mufrad al-asma'i. What is a mufrad al-asma'? Like I said, some of these things you cannot say in English. A mufrad al-asma' is an ismul mufrad, meaning an ism. We know what an ismun is, right? Yeah. What is an ismun? Supernoun, right? Ismun is a kalimatun dallat ala ma'na fi nafsiha wa lam taqtaran bi zaman. It is a word that has a meaning in and of itself, and it's not tied to what? Time frame. So now that definition means something more, because it says we make a dhamma as a sign of raf'i on an asma'il mufrad. So an ismun mufrad, and mufrad means singular. A singular supernoun. Singular supernoun. What are you talking about? What's a singular supernoun, dude? You say right here, Ja'a Zaydun. Like Ja'a Zaydun. He gives you an example. Just ka means just like. Ja'a. Ja'a is a fi'lul madi. See how we're making the i'rab right now? The things we mentioned earlier? It's a fi'lul madi. Mabni, meaning constructed on a what? Fatha, zahiratun, clear and plain on the end of it. So, Ja'a Zaydun. Ja'a Zaydun. The dhamma, Zaydun, ismun mufrad. A singular supernoun. What is a supernoun? It's a person, place, thing, or description. So, Zayd is a person. He's a supernoun. He's an ismun. Mufrad, because the mufrad means farad, singular, pointing to what? A singular person, right? So his sign, so we make it a dhamma. At the akhiratuhu, tadullu annahu ismu mufrad, right? Sahib, what is sahib?
It's the companion.
Companion. Companion means what? It's describing Zayd. Zayd ibn Thabit is a sahabi jalil, right? So he is a great companion, but this is describing Zayd. So this is what? Description. Description is what? An ismun, right? Because we said an ismun is a person, place, thing, or description. So since it's describing Zayd, how do we make it show that it is in marfu'un or raf'i? With the dhamma. Sahibul ala'i. Ala'i, right here, is describing what? This is mudaf ilayh. So that we're not going to have, it's not going to have the dhamma because it's in a different construction that I don't want to explain to you right now. Okay? We'll get to that when we get to khafti and jar. Okay? Right now, just dig with this. We good? Farfa' bidammin mufrad al-asma'i, like Ja'a Zaydun, that great sahabi. Okay? Next line. Warfa' bihi, follow me, say it. Warfa' bihi. Warfa' bihi means and. And means what? And make a dhamma with, and also make the dhamma. Bihi refers back to what? The dhamma. Warfa'. Warfa' here means make it raf'un. Okay? Warfa' bihi bi dhamma. Okay? Warfa' bihi al-jam'u. Al-jam'a mukassira. مكسرة وما جمع من مؤنث فسلم. Okay. وارفع به الجمع مكسرا وما جمع من مؤنث فسلم كذا المضارع الذي لم يتصل شيء كي يحدث وكي يصل. It says here وارفع به. Also use dhamma as a sign for raf'i when you have the jam' al-mukassara. What does it mean, jam' al-mukassara? It means the plural that is broken. So a broken plural, whoa, slow down. What do you mean broken plural? This is why you have to pay attention. You know, stay away from eating too much when you come to class. So you can be very, very sharp and pay attention. Ibrahim. Okay? Okay. Alhamdulillah.
I was caught up by somebody, Christian.
Oh, you was caught up dealing with some Christian dude. Okay, alhamdulillah. Ibrahim said he wasn't eating. We take that back. Oh, you ate a little bit. Okay, alhamdulillah. Listen, guys. You got to pay attention because this first portion of this chapter is going to introduce the terms. The next fasl, the next parts, are going to repeat the same terms. So you get introduced to them here. Okay, so that's why this chapter is maybe a little bit more, you have to pay more attention than in other chapters, because then by the other chapter you know these. Right? So a jam'u mukassara, boy, this used to blow me away. I thought I never was going to get it, is a plural that is broken. What is a broken plural? For example, a broken plural is any word in the Arabic language, when you bring the plural, it changes its initial form. Okay? So the change in its initial form, you've broken the form. So hence the word jam'u mukassar, or a jam'u taksir, a broken plural. For example, we have bab. Say bab. Bab. What does babun mean? It means a door. So how would we say doors? Makeen. Abwabun. Okay? Abwabun. Okay? Abwabun. So what happened here? The change. You see, it was ba, alif, ba, bab. Now it's abwab. Have we broken the format that this was written in? Yes. So this is considered a broken plural. Jam'u taksir or jam'u mukassara. Okay? Well, how will I learn all the jam'u mukassara? You pay attention. You stay away from drugs. That way, you pay attention real good. Nah, serious. You'll learn them as you go. You learn them as you go. It's not as hard as it seems. You learn them as they go. Okay? Then it says, so you make this a dhamma. So a sign, what do I do at the end of this? I put a dhamma at the end of this. Because if I want to make this marfu', if I want to put this in a state of raf'i, I put a dhamma at the end. Why? Because the rule told me to. Simon says, وَارْفَعْ بِهِ لَجَمْعَ الْمُكَسَّرَ وَمَا جُمِعَ مِن مُؤَنِّثٍ فَسَلَمَ. Now we got another rule. Now we got a jam'u mu'annith salima, because Arabic is wild. Ma jumi'a min, jumi'a is made plural. Jumi'a means made plural from what? From the mu'annith, from the things that are feminine. The plural feminine salim. Now the feminine salim is a word. It's different from a plural that is mukassara. What did I say the mukassara was? That the format is broken. Right? The format is broken. Well then this is the opposite. The format is not broken. in the root of the word. For example, but the word has to be conditioned. The word has to be a feminine word. The word has to be what? Feminine word. For example, one of the, let me get a piece of paper. I need to get this off the board. Take this top line off, these two top lines off. Not that one, this one and this one, okay? You gotta, what are you doing, bro? Now? Right here? No, keep that on here. Just take that outside over there. Yeah, take this off here. Yeah, put a little bit of spray on here. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay, we coming, we coming. It's nothing, you know, we have a bawaba here to do this work. Thank you, Ibrahim. Okay, so now this is the Jamu Mukassar. Now we're going to do the Jamu Mu'annith Salim. Salim meaning that the binaya, that the construction of the word stays the same. For example, we have the word Muslimah. What did I say? Muslimah. Okay? Muslimatun. Okay? This is a female. Okay? She is an ismun mufrad, right? Singular, supernoun. Ismun mufrad. So we put a dhamma at the end of her, right? This one here is a jam'u mukassir. Mukassara. Okay? This is jam'u mukassir. Now we're talking about ismun mufrad is muslima. How would I make her a jam'u mu'annith salima? Then I would do like this. Watch. Muslimatun. Okay? Muslimat. So here, you said, hold on, bro. You put an alif and a ta at the end. But the alif and the ta comes at the end of the word. But in did this construction break, did the form break of the word? No. It happens at the end. So we note that the breakage that the taksir or the mukassara is talking about has to happen in the middle of the word and it's not count at the end of the word. Does that make sense? No? Okay, we follow that. So now this is the next one. So this is called a jam'u mu'annitha salima. The plural, the feminine plural that is sound. People like to use that word sound. I say that it is free from any breakage. Okay? There's no breakage there. We good? Can I go on or should I do something else? Take this, please. And put this one in. I got to get a new pen. Okay. The next line. Should I go on or was this enough for today? Okay. Then it says, كَذَا الْمُضَارِعُ. It says, كَذَا الْمُضَارِعُ مضارع الذي لم يتصل شيء به كيهتدي وكيصل. All right. Here's the last line I'm going to do today, because I don't want to confuse anybody. We're just going to do the wows. Okay? It says, كَذَا الْمُضَارِعُ. كَذَا. Okay. كَذَا الْمُضَارِعُ. مُضَارِعُ. الذي لم يتصل شيء به كيهتدي وكيصل. Yasal. Okay? Let's go through this line. It says, and likewise, and kether, and likewise, I don't like the way that looks. But, and likewise, follow, say the same thing I say, and likewise, And likewise what? And likewise make a dhamma for a sign of raf'i. Okay? And likewise use dhamma as a sign for raf'i. Where? For the mudari'u. What is the mudari'? Again, this chapter is built on what chapter? The first chapter, where we spoke about at great length what a mudari' is, right? Fi'lul mudari'. What is a fi'lul mudari'? Hey, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's similar to an ismun. It's an fi'lun, an action word. How is it similar to the ismun? Is that its ends change, right? So the fi'lul madi is mabni on a fatha, and the fi'lul amri is mabni on a sukoon. But the fi'lul mudari, its ends change. So now we're going to note the changes that happen on the mudari. It says, كَذَا الْمُضَارِعُ. Likewise, the mudari, the fi'lul mudari, its ends is going to be a dhamma. But it makes a change. It makes a condition. The condition is الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَّصِلْ. It's the condition starts here. It doesn't say every mudari, does it? It says alladhi, those who, that which, lam, did not, yattasil. Yattasil means join. Okay? Or be attached. Shay'un bihi, anything to it. Where would it be attached? At the end. So we take a word, let's look at a word, yaf'alu. Okay? Say yaf'alu. You notice all of a sudden I put a dhamma at the end of it, right? I said yaf'alu. Automatically I say yaf'alu. Wa taf'alu. Wa naf'alu. Whenever I make a fi'lul mudari and I don't put lam, alladhi lam yattasil shay'un bihi, and I don't put anything at the end of it. What is something that I can put at the end of it? I can put, let me just make sure that you see what I'm talking about here. Alladhi lam yattasil shay'un bihi. There's nothing attached to the end of this word right here. However, if I was talking to a bunch of women and I wanted to say, taf'alanna, you're going to do that. You know, I put the noon on niswa. I make an oath. I say taf'alanna. See? I say taf'alanna. You see that? Now I added something to the end of this, didn't I? Yes. So by adding something to the end, this is called the noon of the niswa, meaning the noon that represents what? Women. I can't put a dhamma on the end of this, right? Because this is not the mudari that doesn't have anything attached to the end. Or if I want to say yaf'alin, you know, taf'alina. I'm talking to a lady, a young lady, and I say to her, sataf'alina. Like this. Oh, my writing is real terrible today. Taf'alina. Now, here in taf'alina, I wasn't able to do that. Here I'm talking to a woman, a young lady or a girl. Whoever I'm talking to, she is a feminine person, and I attached at the end of it, ya and noon, or ya mukhatibatul untha, that I'm talking to a female. Can I put a dhamma out there? No. So the condition, the shart is kadhal mudari'u. Likewise, the mudari' that doesn't have anything attached to its ends, you make a dhamma as a sign of its raf'i. But we started off in the bab of i'rab. When we did the bab of i'rab, what did we say? Al-i'rabu taghyiru awakhir al-kalami taqdiran aw lafdhan. Fadhal had igtanami. We started off and we said al-i'rab are the changes that happen where? At the ends of the words. Taqdiran. What does taqdiran means? It's implied sometimes, right? And so to make sure y'all understand that, the author, rahimahullah, he gave you two examples. The first one, he said, ka yahtadi. What did he say? Ka means like. Ka means like or similar to. It's not part of the word. Ka means like, for example. For example, yahtadi. Say the word.
يهتدي.
So yahtadi is a fi'l mudari'u alladhi lam yattasil bihi shay'un. It's a fi'l mudari that there is nothing attached to the end. However, it has a ya at the end of it. Can we say yahtadiyu? No, we don't say that in Arabic. So we say that this is yahtadi, but it's fi mahali raf'i. It's raf'i. Wa alamat, and the sign of raf'i is a dammatun muqaddiratun that is implied at the end of it. It's not going to be seen. All right? So it's implied in this case. So we can't just learn the rule and not apply it. Apply it. Get used to it. If there's nothing attached to the end of this verb, fi'lul mudari', then it has a dhamma implied or literally placed. Like, wa, and like, yasilu. Here it was going to be yasilu, and a dhamma goes there. Okay, but it didn't put it there only because it's poetry. And if the first line stops with a sukoon, lam yattasil, then this one has to say has to stop with a sukoon also, because the ends always have to match. It says wama, here it says fasalima. Note that the end of each one of these lines matches always. Okay, so for here he didn't put it not because it doesn't belong there, but just to match up with that line over there. So the author gave you two examples of how this goes, just to follow with the first lesson, and he did it in the same order. تقديرا أو لفظا فذا الحد اغتنم. So these examples, take advantage of them. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. We'll finish this إعراب استغفر الله. We'll finish إعراب for the dhamma, not for the dhamma, for the raf'i next lesson inshallah ta'ala. I don't want to give you too much. I want to give you enough so you can swallow it. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.